Hi, Jason Knott, editor of CEPro, and I'm here today with Mark Loftus, business development lead for AVIQ and CEPro IQ. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, Jason? Good to see you.
Thanks for joining me today. So we are here to talk specifically about CEPro IQ, which is a new, exciting online tool that integrators will be able to use to compare and contrast various brands as they seek out the right products for their projects. And for those who are not familiar, CEPro IQ was born out of the same mold as AVIQ, which is a long-standing system that's been in place for the commercial AV space for exactly the same functions that I just mentioned in terms of comparatives, being able to compare as integrators, and it's a useful tool. So we're really excited about the potential for this product in the residential space too. So let's jump right into it. For those who aren't familiar, tell us a little bit about AVIQ, which is that precursor to CEPro IQ.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that's a great place to start. So AVIQ is a resource that's been around for over 20 years, and it was built to create a database of product information across the entire commercial AV space, hundreds of brands, hundreds of thousands of products, about 400,000 products to date. And what we wanted to do is give not just the integrators, but end users, so architects, engineers, anybody in the professional EV space that needs to find detailed product information quickly in a common format that makes it easy to compare and contrast. And then once they determine the products that they need for either purchase or installation, they can put it into a project list, send that to a client or to a colleague. They can click on a functionality that lets them find a local integrator or local reseller. So it's really a one-stop shop for them to quickly and efficiently find all the data that they need to make those decisions.
Yeah, and the speed, as you mentioned, an integrator might have to open 10, 15 websites at the same time to try and compare specifications for a particular product that they're looking for a project. So the time savings there is tremendous. So let's talk about CEPro IQ. Tell us exactly what that is and run us through some of those functions.
Yeah, so as I said, we've been around with AVIQ for so long, and we've for many years have always felt like this is a platform that could be applicable to many different industries. And with the acquisition from Emerald, the easiest and smartest place to start was to kind of do a sidestep to do residential EV and custom install. We work with a lot of commercial manufacturers that also do a lot of product lines in that space as well. And so really the acquisition and the marriage between the two, and the fact that we've got the CEPro brand that's been around for 30 years and the leading publication in the space, and then the CEDIA Expo show. So between the Expo show and the editorial platform with CEPro, creating a digital platform that's a database of product information for that space just made the most sense. So this was our first launch to kind of do another version, and we really feel that throughout those other brands within the portfolio here, we'll be able to get this and market it to the same kind of end user kind of audience that is in need of finding that information quickly and easily. There are a lot of custom install integrators in this market as well that can benefit from a single platform to find this information. And it gives a way for the manufacturers in the space to expand their exposure, to supplement the information that they have on their website. And as a database with this much content, we're indexed very heavily with the search engines. And so when people are doing searches, we're often found at that kind of first steps of a buyer's journey when they're doing the specifying of what it is that they need. So we really feel like this platform can be equally successful in the residential space as it was in the commercial AV space.
Yeah, let's hone in on that that topic you mentioned there at the end in terms of the search engine benefits and the ability of an integrator to actually embed this into their own website. Tell us exactly how that works and what are those search engine benefits?
Yeah, so one of the core attributes of this database is that all the information goes into a central database. We present it and market it out on a single main website, if you will. So CEProIQ.com will serve all of the content. But then we are able to spin it off into custom digital catalogs that integrators can place on their own website. And it has the look and feel and all the navigation from the integrator's website. They can customize it by the brands and the lines of products that they do business with. And then in turn, once that's embedded on their website and those links start to be indexed by the search engines, they've now gone from, you know, a typical integrator's website might have 100 pages of content on their own website that gets indexed, with adding a catalog that could have potentially tens of thousands of pages of content. Really gives them the best SEO benefit that in turn links back to all the rest of the pages of their website. So it really boosts their own domain and their own web presence and web footprint. So here, similar to what we've done on the commercial AV side, an end user or an integrator or whoever is in need of content, you know, specifically product details, they can come to our website. They can see the types of marketing material that we offer for a sponsor manufacturer to sorry, somebody was calling me there. So a manufacturer can, at the sponsor level, can place all of their marketing material, news, videos, their case studies. They can include any online training content or webinar content. But the user can come in here and for instance, if they're looking for a nice screen to put in their home theater, they can find somebody like Draper. They can look at projection screens, and maybe they're looking for an electric projection screen. They can narrow their searches down and find something that they think is going to fit their need. From here, they can get all the product detail information. So for a manufacturer to be able to present this much detail on another website that people are doing comparisons and research, we got technical specs, cut sheets, the different options that are available. There's always a link back to the manufacturer's website for the end user to go to. They can put this into a product comparison. They can create a project list where they may be adding other items from that may go into this home theater or whatever the project might be. They can request a quote that goes directly to the manufacturer, or they can do a local find a dealer. I want to find somebody near me, and I can just do a real simple, do a New York City zip code here, and I can find a list of integrators that where Draper is one of their preferred brands. And then when I click on somebody like TriTech, I get to a page that we've built for TriTech for their catalog. You can see it's part of, it looks like it's all part of their website, but it's driven from our database. And it's the same product information that we were looking at on the CEPro IQ website. And they've got this embedded into their website here under their product catalog. So this is the way that kind of the whole system works, and that you're looking at the main website, doing your research, and then driving you to a local integrator that can help you with your install questions or to purchase equipment.
The beauty of this, for the manufacturer also is that the person who's doing this research is in that buying and specification mode right then, and they are looking for the right product for their project. Now, you mentioned earlier that there were on the AVIQ side, on the commercial side, obviously we have facilities managers and people like that who are building specifications for their commercial facilities. When you think about the residential side, you see builders, architects, possibly designers, those sorts of level of people that might be using this as a comparative tool that also are going to be attractive to integrators?
Absolutely. I think from the integrator standpoint, they're looking for those sales leads also. The manufacturer might be looking for the sales lead who is the integrator, but the integrator is looking for the sales lead who might be those types of users that you just mentioned. So an architect or a design consultant, whoever it might be, they ultimately are in a position where they need, specific product details to figure out what's going to fit into whatever project that they're working on. And so we'll drive the CEPro IQ website out to that audience. And as you would know, similar readership probably to CEPro, where you find anybody that would attend or anybody that would attend a CEDIA Expo show. If people are going to these platforms and these events to find the latest technology. And so we'll drive this resource towards them and then ultimately get them to the integrator or directly to the brand.
And I know speaking with you earlier in the year, we were talking about the AVIQ system, and we had some integrators on board who are using it, and they said that they get leads every single day from AVIQ that are coming through via this product catalog that they've embedded on their website. So it's not a once in a blue moon situation once it gets going.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beauty of that for the integrators, it's a really low cost solution. So you're putting a catalog in your website. We're driving traffic to it. People that come to your own website, even if we didn't drive them to it, have more content to look at, and so stay on your website longer. And then there's on our website or on the dealer catalog that we build, the user can create an account for free where they can build their own project lists and do a little bit deeper comparison functionality. And that integrator will get that registered user data from the users that have signed up on their catalog or on the website. So whether it's a direct lead that somebody's requesting a specific quote, or you just know that they're kind of shopping, if you will, on their catalog, there's a lot of lead opportunities for them in what is, as I said, a pretty low cost solution for the integrator.
So a lot of integrators aren't necessarily the most proactive in terms of their websites. So how do you hold the hand of an integrator and get them through this onboarding process of getting this catalog up on their website? Is it as daunting as it sounds, or is it really pretty easy once you guys work with them?
No, it's a pretty simple process. So the cost is around $150 a month to have a catalog that we'll put on your website. And what we do is an onboarding call. Once you sign up, we'll give you access to an admin tool where you can go through and just tick a box next to the brands or the lines that you want to have in the catalog. And then we'll just work with you on taking the look, feel, and design from your website, and we apply that to the catalog. And then we just give you a URL, and then the integrator just has to create somewhere in their navigation, whether they want to call it product catalog or product directory or whatever they want to call a button on their site or a drop down within their navigation. They just need to create a link to it there, and then they're off and running.
Now, there's also an integration with DTools. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we partner with DTools on a couple different levels, but from an integrator standpoint or a user standpoint, when somebody creates a project list within our catalog, they can download that product information into, they can download it to a PDF, they can download it to Excel, but they can also download it to a CSV file that's formatted specifically to be easily uploaded into the systems integration software from DTools. So they don't have to kind of double their efforts. If they've created a project list of items with us, they already have that. They don't have to recreate that in DTools. They can just upload it straight to their DTools software. And then on the reverse side of it, if they're in the DTools SI software and they're building their projects there is a little logo at the top of their software that says AVIQ, and likely soon CEPro IQ, where they can click on it and they can pull data in from our database as well directly inside that software.
So if an integrator doesn't want to have the catalog on his website, is there some sort of a preferred service or a service where they can just have their preferred brands that they work with, and then they can use that as a filtering tool for their own purposes?
Yeah, so we do that with several integrators on the commercial AV side, and some of them, they have a catalog on their website and they do this, or they just do this. But there are some integrators or dealers that maybe they have an e-commerce solution that they've already built and they just need help populating with up-to-date product information. So we have a data service that you can get through API, or we'll create a flat file and deliver it to you on some frequency so that they can use that for a solution like that, or they're using it for other internal software or ERP system that they just need product information, some basic product information to be fed on a regular basis. And so we do provide those data services as well. It doesn't have to just be the digital catalog that's placed on the website. It can be one or the other or both.
So if I'm a manufacturer or I'm an integrator and I want to find out more about CEPro IQ, what should I do?
You can contact sales@aviq.com or sales@ceproiq.com, or you can just go to the website, which is ceproiq.com, and there's an About Us section that has some details about the benefits and how to reach out to us to get started.
All right, fantastic, Mark Loftus. This is exciting. I think it's a great tool for integrators. It's going to help them be more efficient, but also bring them potential leads and new business. So excited for the launch of CEPro IQ. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Jason.